Now, a story that emerged yesterday that I thought was perhaps pretty disturbing was that the President of Germany suggesting that maybe the AfD political party at some point would have to be banned. I wasn't quite sure whether what I was reading was true, and I'm joined by Peter Boehringer, a member of the Deutsche Bundestag and a vice chairman of the AfD party. Now, Peter, of course you are loathed by the political establishment in Germany. There are one or two of your members who have made comments that might be unwise. But what have you done to deserve the threat of being banned?
Well, first of all, thank you, Nigel, for having me tonight. We've met one or two times in Berlin and in Brussels, but you wouldn't remember. Well, what have we done? Well, we have been following a very legal and democratic program for 10 years now. Nothing wrong with that. If it were wrong or even extreme, then parties like the Christian Democrats or the Liberal Democrats some 30 years ago would have been extreme themselves, because it's not so much different what we would like to do and where we would like to go back. Well, and the ban, of course, just imagine in Germany, banning political parties, just imagine where we're coming from. Bismarck did that 130 years ago with the Social Democrats at the time. And of course, the likes of Hitler and Honecker in the German Democratic Republic, they banned almost all parties, with the possible exception of the puppies that were Nazi parties almost, or yes, a communist party at the time.
As you say, it's got a very bad history in your country of people banning political parties. Could it be, Peter, I would suggest to you that it's because the AfD have gone from the low teens now to the low 20s in percentage terms nationally, and that in the old East Germany, you're on about 30% or higher? Is it you're just doing too well and they're terrified of you?
Well, obviously, besides the other things I could mention, like we are Eurosceptic, we are against the EU, we are against prolonging the war in the Ukraine forever, we were against the most corona measures at the time, we are against the CO2 religion, and obviously we are against mass immigration into Europe, which is, I've seen your broadcast from yesterday, probably 100 times worse than the UK, so congratulations for your Brexit and your personal work there. But yes, besides all that, obviously it is our success. It is the power card has to be played now against us, because all the arguments wouldn't hold. People don't believe the arguments of the others any longer. And yes, we have come in just 12 months from 10 to now close to 22 or 23% in the poll results. Today, a poll came out that gave us some 33% potential, which is more or less the threshold which we've already achieved in the elections in Eastern Germany, as you mentioned. So yes, the others had to speed things up because they had no other argument against us.
Well, Peter, you've had great success in the polls. You're making huge progress. I can see that German public opinion is shifting. It is changing. It took a bit of time, but I always thought it would in the end. And banning you would be the stupidest thing they could ever do. I don't believe they will. Thank you for joining me. It's an issue that we will come back to. Thank you.